Hey, what's up guys? Shane here with Rice Creek Bushcraft. You see what's in front of you? Yep, it's a folder. Never done a review or talked about folders too much. It's always fixed blades because of, bushcraft purposes. You're not really going to use a folder. But I do love folders. I've had dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And very rarely I get quite this excited about a folder, especially a folder of this price range. This is the Esee Avispa, and this is a really inexpensive knife. It's 38 bucks. It's hard to believe looking at it that it's a $38 knife, but it's a pretty nice knife. It's go over the specs real quick on it. It's got a 3.5-inch blade. It's got a 5-inch handle on it. This is not titanium, obviously. That's why it's $38. It's stainless steel pocket clip. This is not G10, obviously, for $38. It's just a polymer. It's got a decent texture. I mean, it's grippy enough, I'd say. Plenty grippy enough. It's got a nice kind of indent here, so it gives you a good grip on it. You got plenty of grip space. I got medium-sized hands, so even if you had large, it'd still fit quite well, I think. But yeah, this is polymer, stainless steel. The blade is D2. So D2 is a tool steel. I think it was initially made for making dies, and it would cut out softer steel. So the properties of it are it can be brittle. I've heard a lot that if it's not heat treated properly, it can chip. I can't say from personal experience because I think I had a fixed blade one time that was D2, but I didn't have it very long, and I don't even remember what it was or what I thought of it. The only thing I do remember is I sharpened it once, and it's hard to sharpen. It's a carbon steel, so this is a funny part. They consider 1095 high carbon. They just call this a tool steel, or it's carbon steel. 1095 has 0.95%. 0.95% carbon in it. This has 1.45%. So this has more carbon in it, but also has other things added to it to give it more wear resistant, like chromium. It doesn't have enough chromium. I think it has about 12% or 0.12%. It would need, I think, 13 to make it a true stainless. So this can rust and can stain. I don't have enough experience with it to tell you how bad it will do that. I've heard it's pretty resistant. It's pretty resistant to staining and rusting, but it can. So anyways, that's about the steel. It is a very wear resistant. It's not a super tough steel. It's not tough as, say, 1095, but it will hold an edge much longer than 1095. The problem is, like I stated, it's going to be tougher to sharpen. But I just wanted to show you guys this. I mean, my flavor of fixed blades, high-end Spydercos, had some Benchmades. If you guys know anything about Medford, you know they're not cheap. Shirogorov, I've had at least 4 Shirogorovs, so I've had high-end knives, $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 folders, and I don't know what it is about this little knife, but it just really excites me. I think one of the things that maybe is exciting is it's 38 bucks. It's well made. I don't really have to worry about if I damage it. You buy a $200 or $300 knife and you're terrified all the time that you're going to break it, chip it, damage it, whatever, get it dirty, scratch it, all that kind of stupid crap we worry about when we buy an expensive knife. Another thing I love about this, if you guys know what the LT Wright Genesis is, I don't have one. I think I'm gonna have one soon. This blade shape reminds me of that Genesis. It's just almost a Kephart bushcraft style looking shape. I don't know, I love it. I absolutely love the shape of this. I don't know why. It just looks cool to me. But it's got the Esee logo on it. It's got their skull and their two knives. It says Esee, School of Survival, Randall's Training, Adventure Training, sorry. But kind of, here, I'll give you some close-ups of the blade. It's got the Avispa, which is apparently some type of bug. See, it's made in Taiwan, made of D2 steel. I think growing up, I won't tell you my age, but growing up, you know, Dad would always say, oh, you don't want that Taiwan junk, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of super good knives now. If that's something you're thinking about, oh, Taiwan, I don't want that. Spyderco makes knives in Taiwan that are top shelf. I have a couple. I've had their USA made knives. I've had their Taiwan made knives, and in some cases, as much as I hate to say this, the Taiwan knives had a better fit and finish, were better, just better knives all around, and that isn't in every case. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking USA because I try to buy USA stuff, you know, most of the time. So I'm just stating that don't be afraid because the knife says Taiwan. They have some high quality stuff that comes out of there. So anyways, I thought I'd do a little cutting with this, let you guys see what it'll do. It locks up super tight as far as up and down. It's got a little bit of side to side play. I mean, that doesn't excite me, but you know, just for a pocket knife that I don't have to worry about if I lost it. I'm probably not going to lose any sleep over it. I'll just order another one for $38. So yeah, it's not and another thing I didn't mention is you got this polymer. Inside that, there's also this is stainless steel liner in here. So I mean, it is what it is for the money. The centering's not great. It's not centered very well. The edge is actually really good. The edge came, whoops, both sides are beveled. They look equal. It's a full flat grind, so I like that in it. I have not sharpened this. I've not done anything with it. So I'm gonna just cut some stuff here and let you guys see, you know, because it's pretty amazing when a knife can cut paracord. I'm joking, but this is what we do in these silly videos. Wow. Yeah, it really goes through that a lot easier than most of my other folders, believe it or not. It's probably got a little bit of a toothy edge, and that probably helps, but I mean, you can just push right through it. No problem. Kind of double it up here. Okay, I'm just going to push. I'm not going to try to saw it. I'm just going to push through, and you can see it goes right through it. So it comes plenty sharp. I'm impressed with the way it came. Normally, these lower end knives, they don't come there. This thing's sharp. I mean, it's very sharp. It shaved my hair right off easy. I'm not sure if that's picking up, but it's sharp. Here's a piece of paper. Anytime you can take a knife and cut waves in it, you can figure it's pretty sharp. Or if you can cut like a moon shape, it's sharp. And it came just like this. I haven't done anything. I very rarely get a knife and leave it as is, but when I checked this baby out, I was pretty impressed with how sharp it came. But I just wanted you guys to check it out if you might be looking for a folder. I mean, I don't go anywhere without a folder. I've got to have a knife on me. I just have to. That or, you know, I've got my neck knife when I'm at work. I'm able to do it where I work. I work in the woods, so I carry a neck knife. But if I'm going to town, whatever, I'm not going to take a neck knife, but I am going to have a folder. And if you've been looking for a cheaper folder, I'm telling you, this thing's pretty sweet. Like I said, I've had tons of high-end stuff. It's got, looks like, I don't know if they're phosphor bronze washers or just bronze, but it definitely has some washers in there. They look like bronze copper or something like that. I'm assuming bronze. It's got a decent little detent. You can see when you put some pressure, it pops out of the detent. You can flick it open like that. It's got a good strong pocket clip. I don't think that's going to come off your pocket very easily. You can do tip up, tip down, left hand or right hand carry, so that's cool. They put it in all the places, so if you're a lefty, you can carry it. Looks like if you're left-handed, the thumb stud doesn't stick out quite as much, but you have, what do I want to say? It's easier to open a knife like this, flicking it left-handed. You don't need as much purchase. I mean, you can see how it flies open, and I'll tell you why, because when you open it this way, you're almost always putting pressure on the lock bar. So unless you really pay attention to what you're doing, you're going to open it like this. You're going to have some pressure on the lock bar. So this side is a little bit tougher to open. So even though this thumb stud for lefties is shorter, I can assure you, I can't do anything left-handed. I can flip this open like nothing. So, yeah, I just wanted you guys to check that out. Like I said, the only thing that I see is it's not centered well. See if I can get it so you guys can see it. And some people might be thinking, who the hell cares if a knife's centered? I don't know. It's just, if you're into folders, you buy a knife, you want it perfect if you're spending, you know, a lot of money on one. But for 38 bucks, it's centered well enough. I'm gonna put this through some more tests and maybe get back with you guys and let you know what I really think of it, how the steel is. But yeah, I think it's a sweet little knife. I'm pretty excited about it. So I just wanted you guys to be able to check it out. If you liked the video, hit like, and thanks for watching.